Well, our next guest could teach us a few things. She and her husband were living the American dream, as we all would love to. They had it all: the custom home, the luxury cars, beautiful children, just everything that money could buy, but they were unknowingly drowning in debt. Welcome to the author of The Recovering Spender, Lauren Greutman. Welcome, Laura.
Thank you for being here. Thank you.
So can we, let's talk about the debt situation first.
Yeah.
How much debt were you in?
So not only were we behind in our mortgage payments, but we were $42,000 in debt.
Oh my God.
$42,000. We were behind on our mortgage. We were behind on our car payments. But on the outside, you would have absolutely no idea. We had a Cadillac. We had an Audi. We had this custom, gorgeous house that we had built for us. But we were drowning in debt, and it was just horrible.
Were you aware at the time that you were drowning in debt and you were just putting up this facade?
Yeah. So that's why the name of my book is called The Recovering Spender, because I am a spender. I love to spend money all the time on anything.
No matter whose money
it is, I'll spend it. And so for me. It was all my fault. I was spending money without my husband knowing about it. And I kind of hid a lot of the things from him. So he wasn't even really aware, but I fully was aware of what was going on.
Sure.
When did that big moment happen for you? When were you like, this is it, I've hit rock
It's a house
bottom?
of cards
Yeah.
and it starts to collapse.
Right. So, well, first of all, I was so sick and tired of being stressed out about money all the time. And one time, but that stress would lead me to spend even more money. So it was like a cycle. So I would get depressed, and then I would go shopping. And one day I went and spent $600 on our credit card because, it wasn't my money. I was just spending random credit card money. Yeah, it's plastic. And so I went out, I went shopping. I hid it in my car until my husband went to work the next day. And then I brought it upstairs. I took all the tags off, put them in the closet so that nobody would know, right? And the guilt and the shame of that just caught up with me. And so the next day, I actually took all of our credit card statements and I took them out and I laid them across our bed. And after we put our kids to bed, I said, hey, Mark, I've got to talk to you about something. He came up and I said, we're in $42,000 for the debt, like as fast as I could, because it didn't sink into me.
Sure.
And he's such a gracious man. This is what he said to me. He said, I forgive you. Let's get out of this together.
Wow.
2 years later, we were debt free.
Wow.
And
You married the right man.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Normally, that would take a huge strain and toll on someone's relationship. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, it speaks volumes to the way you guys communicate.
Right.
But clearly, you did find a way to I had to deal with this and keep it away from him.
Right, exactly. It was really hard on our marriage, on our relationship. We fought a lot about money. We didn't talk about money. We didn't budget or anything like that. So I'll tell you kind of how we are as a couple. So my husband is a spreadsheet nerd. Like, he loves numbers. There he is.
Good.
So he loves numbers. He loves spreadsheets. They make me break out in a cold sweat.
Right.
Like, I can't handle. He shows me and I'm like, I'm going to pass out. And so for me, when we were talking about it, he would always talk about money and in a different way than I did. So it just got really hard. So we were fighting. Our values were starting to suffer.
Oh, gosh.
Our relationships with each other. It just got really, really hard.
Yeah, that's not uncommon in partnerships and relationships where one person's much better with the money than the other person. That's why that person's usually in charge of doing the
opposites
finance.
to attract.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know how I got stuck in charge of the money though.
I mean, that's
not
what
doing
I'm
good
saying.
without it.
I mean, you were doing your spending was out of control.
Correct.
Were there any warning signs leading up to this? Were you always a spender as a kid?
Yeah, actually, there were a lot of warning signs looking back. I would get anxiety going into stores when I didn't buy anything. So like, I never window shopped. Like, I don't even know what that is. Like going in and not buying something, that's just crazy to me. Anxiety of just feeling about it. Spending money knowing that I don't have it, but not caring just because I want what I want and it helped fulfill a need and a desire that I wanted.
Sure.
And so there were a lot of warning signs that I wish I had of like, hello, I should probably stop doing this.
So $42,000 in debt?
$42,000
And
in
you
debt.
were out of it in
2
years?
years.
Okay.
2 years.
You know what's next.
Yes.
How?
Okay. So the biggest thing that we had to do was we decided to sell that custom house. So our 3,200 square foot house.
You walked out of your house?
We
your dream house?
that we built our dream house and we sold it. Because why? If we hadn't, we would have been years and years further down the road.
Yeah.
So this is what we did. We sold our house. We sold almost everything that we had on eBay or Craigslist or wherever. We moved into an 800 square foot townhouse that like you couldn't even get, like if we were eating dinner and I had to get something out of the fridge, everybody had to get up from the table, move. I'd have to move the table so I could open the fridge to get the ketchup or whatever.
Wow.
And so we sold our house. That was like a huge thing for us.
Yeah.
That's a huge
We learned how to cut, I had to go out and get a job at night.
So you had two
to
jobs.
make ends meet.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was at home with the kids during the day. My husband worked during the day. I worked at night. We were like ships passing in the night, but we just needed to do it in order to get through. So we had to sacrifice for a year of me being home to be able to do this. And then another thing is we got really real with our money. We learned how to budget, which to me, like spenders or people that are in debt, that's like a swear word to us. Like budgeting is just not something we enjoy doing. I had to learn how to like budgeting. And I also, one of the big things we did was learn how to cut our food bill. We cut it from $1,000 a month down to $200 a month.
Really?
And I learned how to meal plan and freezer cook.
Coupons.
And coupon and anything I could do. We were just like so focused, and we are not living this way anymore. And so those are the things that we
Did you stop eating out and things like that?
We stopped eating out. I stopped getting my hair done. I stopped getting my nails done. I stopped shopping.
So you were you were living sort of the high life. You were really living. So those who were living on a budget already, trying to get out, it's even more difficult.
Yep.
Did you address the emotional component to this because of the reason why you were spending?
Yeah.
Was there a void or something that you were trying to fill?
Well, I think that I really had never sat down to think about the things that I really valued in life. So I value my faith. I value my family. I value my friendships. I value security, retirement, college savings.
Exactly.
But yet all of my spending was on things that were not a value to me. And so I really had to kind of get really real with, okay, these are my kids. I've got 4
what's
kids.
a value right there.
This
Oh
is
my
what's
gosh,
important.
look at
I know.
them.
This is what's important to me now.
Yeah.
And so when I'm spending my money, whether I have to sell my house, this is what matters.
One quick piece of advice. We got to go to break. But one quick piece of advice. There are people out there, Lauren, that are going through the same thing. Maybe they don't even know they're going through the same thing. I would encourage them to sit down and look at their finances. What's one piece of advice you'd give them to set them on the right path?
Yeah, that make spending a reflection of your value system, and then you're going to have a lot easier time sticking to that budget.